So when we do the work that reconnects, we work with the model of a spiral. And the spiral acknowledges that it's an ongoing process and that we're continuously moving through it. We might move through the spiral many times in a day, but in the context of a workshop or a weekend or a retreat, we move very consciously through different stages of the spiral. And the spiral has 4 stages, and those stages are gratitude, honoring our pain, seeing with new eyes, and going forth. And we always begin in gratitude because gratitude grounds us. It grounds us in what we care about. It grounds us in the things that sustain us and that bring us joy every day and that help us to appreciate our life so that we may act on behalf of it. Gratitude is also very politically subversive in a culture that is, mostly capitalist and, has us buy things to solve our problems and make more money in order to be more happy. Gratitude enables us to remember what it is that we actually need and to realize how, where, and when we already have enough, that we already have what we need. So gratitude is an essential place to begin, and in all the wisdom traditions all over the world from time immemorial, gratitude has always been a place, a regular practice. We give thanks. We give thanks for the things we've been given. We give thanks for the ways that the earth supports us. We give thanks for our communities and the people around us, the non-human beings, the animals. So once we're grounded in gratitude, that also enables us to be a bit more ready to honor our pain, which is the next stage of the spiral, honoring our pain for the world. And when we honor our pain, what this is doing, again, this is truth-telling. This is telling the truth of what's going on, and it's reframing our emotions, because in most of the world we are led to believe that things such as pain, suffering, despair, overwhelm, anger, depression, that these are not okay, that these mean we are broken, that these feelings mean we need to get mental help, and that being fearful and in pain somehow makes it impossible for us to do what needs to be done on a daily basis. But the truth of the matter is that these emotions are healthy moral responses to what's happening in our world, and that by honoring our pain, we acknowledge that we are capable of compassion. Compassion, the literal meaning of compassion is to suffer with. It shows us that we are actually interconnected to all of life, and that if someone else or something else is suffering, we feel that too. It enables us to care. It enables us to feel what it is that we love and that we wish to act on behalf of. So honoring our pain brings dignity to our emotions rather than shame. And once we honor our pain in that way, then we're able to see with new eyes, which is the 3rd stage of the spiral, seeing with new eyes. And what happens after we move through gratitude and honoring our pain, we start to have a different perspective. We start to understand that we are a part of a much bigger story, that we have many ancestors that came before us, and that there will hopefully be many future generations still to come, and that the world is a place that we belong to, and that we actually have the capacity to make a difference in. And that there are a lot of resources that are available to us when we acknowledge our interconnectedness. It's a way of understanding power in a different way. We have power in our emotions. We have power in our care for the world. We have power in our communities and in the people that we do this work with. And so once we're able to see with new eyes, then we move into going forth. And in going forth, we say, okay, now what? With all this information, with these resources that we've tapped, what are we going to do? What are the steps? What are the next steps? And in this way, the work that reconnects is very concrete. It's very solution oriented. You know, we talk about active hope, and active hope is not a blind faith that hopefully the world will become a better place. No, active hope is about first starting where you are, acknowledging the truth of the situation, truth telling, and then it's in identifying a hoped for future. A hoped for future. What do we hope for? And once we identify that, then we look at what active steps we can take towards those ends. So active hope is a process of acknowledging the truth of what's going on and our part in it in a way that we can use our moral imagination to dream into what could be for the future generations, and then taking active steps toward that process. And we utilize the spiral to help us get to that point, to help us rekindle our capacity for resilience.